How you guys doing? In this video we're gonna be talking about champions that got synergy buffs. Should they get a buff on their own? So we're looking at Unstoppable Colossus. So Unstoppable Colossus does have a powerful synergy with Red Guardian, but let's just look at Unstoppable Colossus on his own. So the best thing about Unstoppable Colossus, he does gain an unstoppable buff on his Awakening ability. So I really think that's probably my favorite part about Unstoppable Colossus. He's immune to bleed. He has a 10% chance to gain an armor up buff when attacked, 11% chance all attacks to gain a fury buff, increasing base attack by 50%, special attack 3, damage increase by up to 130% based on armor. So yeah, that's it. That's all he has. He doesn't have many utilities. He doesn't have a special 1 utility or a special 2 utility. So that's unfortunate. Do I think he should get a buff? Yes, I do believe he should get a buff. When you compare to Colossus, it's like night and day. He's pretty much like Colossus pre-buff in my opinion. So let's think about what buffs they can do to Unstoppable Colossus. So it says right here, when attack, instead of when attack, it should be all attack, because for me it just, it's kind of like, you kind of have to get hit to gain an armor up buff. I just don't like that idea. I mean, certainly if you kind of also you want to force to get hit to increase your special attack 3 damage. I just think it would be nice if it says all attack, and also it should be you should gain an indefinite armor up buff, max stack to 10. It doesn't have to be 20 like Colossus. I'll be happy with 10 indefinite armor up buffs, and it should be all attacks instead of when attacks. Also, special attack 1 should have a utility. Like, I would be very happy it was very similar to Colossus, like inflict a stun on a special 1. It doesn't have to be too long. It can just be for 2 seconds. I'll be okay with that as long as it's 100% chance to stun. When it comes to special 2, it would be nice if it was unblockable, similar to Colossus. I know it's gonna be a pain on defense, but I think it would be fun if you were playing Unstoppable Colossus if he had an unblockable special 2. When it comes to special attack 3, to me it doesn't really make sense, because it says damage is increased by up to 130% based on armor. Does that mean when you gain an armor up buff, you're going to increase your special attack 3 by 130%? I'm not really sure what that means. So instead of that, they could just say, since if he does gain an indefinite armor up buff, like similar to Colossus, it should be based on how many armor up buffs does he have. So let's say for every armor up buff that Colossus have, increase special attack 3 by 20%. So max stack of 10 in permanent armor up buffs. So that's max stack of 200 special attack increase when it comes to special 3. So I think that buff will not make him like a broken champion. I think definitely that buff alone will not make him better than Colossus, because Colossus has way more utilities and way more immunities than Colossus in that buff that I just said. Having said that, let's look at Unstoppable Colossus right now currently. So it does have a powerful synergy with Red Guardian. So let's look at that. So you do need to have a 5-star or a 6-star for this synergy to work. And I've been chasing this guy for almost a year now, trying to get him as a 5-star. I still haven't gotten him even just a 5-star. So you need to have at least a 5 or a 6-star. So when it comes to his synergy buff with Red Guardian, Unstoppable Colossus personal fury buffs gain additional flat 10% chance to trigger and last 200% longer. Additionally, landing a heavy attack pauses all personal fury buffs until another is gained. I really think this is a very nice buff for Unstoppable Colossus, or not very nice synergy, but let's look at some the additional landing a heavy attack pauses all personal fury buffs until another is gained. So if you're playing really well, you can, you know, stack really you know, like 30 fury armor up fury buffs, you know, which will make him hit like a truck. But that's not very sustainable in hard content, or really just end game content for this for you to be able to constantly throw your heavy attack. So I know in Realm of Legends that's not difficult to, you know, to gain, you know, even just 20 fury buffs, you know, which still gonna make him hit like a truck, but it's not very sustainable in my opinion. I mean, I guess if you're playing well, maybe you can pull it off, but that's it. So the downside about this is that you have to rely on Red Guardian synergy. Not only that, you need to have at least a 5-star or a 6-star for this synergy to work. So I really think that when it comes to Unstoppable Colossus, you should get a buff, you know. You should definitely get a buff in my opinion.